What's up, everybody? I'm tired and I'm still gonna make this video for you guys because it's been quite some time and I need to make a video. So today I'm making a video that I think will be beneficial and very helpful to all of you. These are some of the things that I try to practice so that I can preach. No, it's not so that I can preach, but I do practice them for myself and for my future success. So I wanted to share a few things with you guys and what has been one of my strategies recently for trading cryptocurrencies. And so yeah, so one of the things that I learned from trading foreign exchange currencies is that I learned to look for trends and patterns and kind of repetitive things that happen in the market. By getting creative in life and in general, especially with my trading, I've learned to kind of adapt this to different things. So with crypto, since crypto is so new, it is like, I mean, it's what Bitcoin came out in 2008, 2009, 2010, something like that. Like, it is so new. It's still in its infancy. Not enough history for someone to be like, oh, I know all the fundamentals of cryptocurrencies, or I know all the technicals, because there's very little information. There's very little technical analysis to analyze. With all that being said, there's very little for us traders to work with. With that being said, there are some things that I kind of have seen since I've been trading, and one of the main things, it's important, I think it's very vital, especially when you're starting out, to really try to stay on top of the key factors of how, like, opportunity cost is important, right? So you want to always make sure that you're getting the most bang for your buck. And when certain situations, yes, when you have certain capital, it's better to go with the sure, safe bet, because you're risking so much. You have a lot more to lose. At the same time, you have so much more that the small percentage in gain is sufficient enough for you to still have a nice income and lead the life that you want. Now, when you have less capital, that you don't have that luxury, you don't have that option, really. You do, but that entails an incredible amount of risk involved, and usually you're going to over leverage yourself and just really hurt your account. You don't want to do that. So this is really going to be helpful for people who have less capital because of their chances of, multiplying their money. So the first thing I want to start with is how to make money with cryptocurrencies without using Bitcoin. Okay, so in other words, everyone hears about crypto, about Bitcoin. All the new people who are coming into the crypto space is because of Bitcoin. People from around the world are entering crypto because they hear about Bitcoin. They hear about it on the news. They hear about it from a family member. They hear about it from their boss. They hear about it from several people. And this is what's bringing this huge wave, this influx of just like, boom, just like money just being injected into the crypto space. And it's all good and dandy for the people who are patient and willing to really educate themselves and put in the work necessary to be successful. So this video is going to be about making money without Bitcoin, still in cryptocurrencies. So let's get that right. Okay, so again, this is beneficial for the people with less capital. Why? Because Bitcoin, as we all know, is incredibly expensive. I mean, if you want to compare it to the stock market, that is definitely a, what do you call it, a large cap stock. It's not a penny stock. I don't know if you can consider it the same. But anyways, yeah, it's huge and it's very expensive. And you have to realize that, okay, it doesn't really matter how much it moves in price. What matters is the percentage in move. As in, if you have $100 by Bitcoin and it goes up 10%, that is a relative amount. So the person who invested $1,000, yes, they are going to make more than you. They're investing more and it's a percentage, but at the same time, it's relative. They're making 10%. They're risking more at the same time. So it's very different when you want to invest in Bitcoin. $1,000 and a Bitcoin is $16,000, you already know you're going to get 1/16 of what a Bitcoin is worth because you have 1/16 in fiat. So you have to really understand that for Bitcoin to double in price. So for you to double your $1,000 investment into $2,000, Bitcoin would have to go from 16,000 to 32,000, right? I get what you might be thinking. Oh, well, Bitcoin's going up exponentially. It's going up parabolically. It'll hit 32 no problem. See, that's scary. And this is why I understand all the people who kind of are afraid and fear what's going to happen very soon if there is a crash with cryptocurrencies. There's a lot of people who come into this thing thinking it's going to go up forever and it's going to just keep going up and it's going to go up crazy. There's going to be a very big pullback at some point soon. Okay, that has to happen, especially with all the new events that are coming out. There's going to be pullbacks all the time. This is where the issue is. People think that Bitcoin can hit 30,000 no problem, and it could. It very well could. But think about it. If you're going to invest $1,000 to turn it into 2,000 off of Bitcoin, you're going to have to really, really hope that it doesn't pull back on you before then, because that would be an insane accomplishment to go from to 16,000 up to 30,000 without a major pullback. You'd be really lucky if you made that investment and it worked out. But at the same time, there are other altcoins, right? There are other coins that are worth less, much less, considerably less, like penny stock less. There's plenty of coins. I'm going to look it up right now. There's plenty of coins like Nexus with $2. What's a good one? Oh, Ripple, 23 cents, 24 cents, 25 cents, something like that. How much easier is it going to be for a cryptocurrency or any asset to go from 20 cents to 40 cents, still doubling your $1,000, still going up? Doesn't that seem a lot more possible? You see, Bitcoin at one point was worth less than a penny, and then it went up to 50 cents, and then a few bucks, and then a couple $100s, thousands, and it gets to where we're at now. And so you have to realize that it all starts at a certain point, and you don't want to try to multiply your money just once. You don't want to just double your money. No, your goal should be to multiply your money as many times as you can in the short amount of time as possible. So you want to go for projects that can actually go up 500, 1,000, 10,000% within a year span, because this means that the same $1,000 investment that you could put in Bitcoin, which could be lost very abruptly, but with the volatility, you can also think about the fees. The fees. Bitcoin has extremely high fees. Try exchanging some coins into Bitcoin, or try exchanging Bitcoin into an altcoin. You get raped. You get violated. They charge you a ton in fees when you do anything with Bitcoin. So the fees are very high. That's another very important thing. The fees are high. And when you don't have a ton of money, this is important. Take into account fees, broker fees, all that stuff is important. To let alone even if you do, think about it, even if you do put in that $1,000 and you by a miracle get to 3,000 without having any issues, and you selling off out of fear with a dip, or by you getting scared and just taking profit too soon, right? Let's say you do double your $1,000, you get to 2,000. Okay, now let's say the IRS comes and like, oh, we want our 30% because we noticed that you got it through Coinbase, and you got to pay Uncle Sam. And so boom, there goes what is that, $600 gone? Well, I guess from your capital gains, I'm not sure how it works. If they take from your capital gains, that's $300 gone out of your 1,000 that you profited. So now you only profited about $700 less with the fees. You get where I'm going here. There's something I realized with Bitcoin. Okay, here's the secret. I'm finally gonna give you guys the secret. The secret that it's not really a secret. I'm sure there's people who know about this, but this is what I noticed and this is what I follow. There is a inverse type of correlation with Bitcoin and altcoins, specifically Litecoin for some reason. And I'm already pretty bullish on Litecoin. It's my favorite coin as of right now because I see the potential of it being how they say it. You know how I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but there's this theory that Litecoin is worth a quarter of whatever Bitcoin's worth because there's 4 times the circulating supply or potential supply, whatever. They say that it's going to be worth a quarter of a Bitcoin, and as of right now, if it was worth whatever is a quarter of a Bitcoin, that's $1,000. It's at about $144 right now. You can see where the profits could come in. There is a inverse correlation that I am seeing with Bitcoin and Litecoin or altcoins in general. What is this? When Bitcoin is up, is shooting and is rallying. When Bitcoin went from 15,000 up to 18,000, Bitcoin was through the roof. I don't know if you noticed, all Litecoins, and I just dropped my pen. All altcoins, were down. They were down 10, 20, 30%. Litecoin went from being 105 down to like 90 something. Ethereum went from being 470 something all the way down to 420, 407 at one point. Then look at what happened now. Bitcoin pulled back from 18,400, I think I saw the high was. Pulled back. It is right now at $15,000 again on December 9th. And Litecoin is up, I don't know how much percent, but I'm very happy right now. Look, Litecoin went from 90 something dollars, which was pulled back from when Bitcoin had its surge. And now Litecoin is at 136. It's pulled back a little bit. But Litecoin got up to a high of $176 after just being 90 something a few days ago. That is insane. Think about it. All I do is Bitcoin started rising, and I took my Bitcoin once it was so it got up to 18,000. I didn't think it was going to get to 18,000. When Bitcoin started hitting about, I think I ended up switching it out at about 16.3. I was like, okay, it's going to pull back from here. I for sure thought it was going to pull back. So I switched with a Bitcoin that I did have. It wasn't a ton, but I switched it over to Litecoin because Litecoin was down. So the amount of Bitcoin had increased that I had because of its increase in value. Litecoin pulled back, making it cheaper. And this happens. This has been happening for the past 6-7 months that I've been trading, giving me a good amount of Litecoin, right, when I trade it. Then Bitcoin pulls back, Litecoin goes up, and it goes up it was up like 70% at one point, something crazy like that. It goes up some insane amount. I made out huge. I went from making profit on Bitcoin, then switching it to something that was very cheap and gave me a ton of, and doubled that. That's how you have to do this. You have to use the inverse correlation. It's a very good way. So another way that you can make money without Bitcoin is by distributing to different altcoins. What does this mean? You can take your money. Let's say you have $1,000. You can distribute. I'm gonna do $50 on this coin. Maybe pick your favorite 8 to 10 coins on the top 20 or top 30 without picking like the top 3 or 4 because they're really expensive. Well, except for number 4. You might want to go for number 4. Number 4 is good if you know what I'm talking about. IOTA is only $4 and it's number 4. That's a good one. If you want to kind of take your $1,000 and maybe say, okay, I'll put down $50 in IOTA, $100 in Dash, I'll put $150 in Monero, I'll put Cardano, EOS, and you just distribute your $1,000 and just forget about it and hodl it, you will be happy within a few years because you're diversifying and at the same time you're going to do well because I see a good future for a lot of these. Of course, don't just pick them because they're in the top 20 or 30 because in the top 20 or 30 there's a few that are very horrible. So including BitConnect, a good thing you can do is, let's say you have an initial $1,000, you can also dollar cost average to if you want to keep adding on. So you have $1,000, you distribute it into your favorite 7 or 8 or 10 coins, and you're forgetting about it. It's an investment. You're putting it there. You're maybe gonna cash out next year if it's where you want it, or maybe you want to hold it longer. It's up to you. But anyways, you put in that initial $1,000, right? You forget about it. You forget that it's there, is what I'm saying. Now you want to keep adding on because you're seeing the value grow. More people are coming in. Crypto space is getting larger, so you want to keep adding, right? Okay. So then all you have to simply do is simply every paycheck maybe allocate $50 of it to go towards coins. So whatever you do, I suggest, if you want to invest, if you want to do this, it'd be a good idea to maybe like every month after you've invested, kind of move your money around and keep adding to your coin count so that as it keeps growing, you can keep gaining. You're not just gonna like, okay, multiply this $1,000 into 10 and that's it. Like, no, you want to have in the long run multiplied 5,000 so that you multiplied 5,000. That's gonna be a lot more than multiplying 1,000. So that's one way of making money. Dollar cost average, and just keep adding monthly funds to your account. Um, Another good way to make money without investing or buying Bitcoin is by finding ways to earn Bitcoin or crypto. I know it's easier said than done, but there's many ways of doing it, and there's many people doing it. There's lots of people who are making YouTube videos, and they can get, a lot of other people want to reach out to you once you have a little following, and they want to pay you to advertise their product. You can request Bitcoin payment, and a lot of people will do it. Especially if you offer them a discount. Hey, we agreed on $5,000 for this advertisement. Well, I'll give you a 10% discount if you give it to me in Bitcoin. Boom. You got yourself a Bitcoin. Now, rather than spending it, you just hold it. You didn't spend your money. Yes, you spent time, but hey, that time might have been spent in a much more inefficient way. And boom, you got yourself something that could potentially turn into a very healthy earning in the future, especially if cryptocurrencies boom like some of us expected to. So earning Bitcoin is a very good way. There's ways to maybe set up online stores where you accept in crypto. If you already have a side hustle, find a way to implement crypto. I know that there's a lot of people who use trading and investing as a side thing, like myself. I love to trade. I love to educate myself in this. It's my passion. I think it's very fascinating, and it's just, I don't know, I love it. It's what catches my, it's what gets me happy. It's what I Google. Some people are always Googling music, and they're always learning about music, and they're always listening to music. I like to learn about finance. I like to learn about business. I like to learn about money. I like to learn about people. I like to learn about history and all that good stuff. So it's just what I love. And if you're in this, I hope that that's the case, because it's very hard and it gets very lonely. And if you're not giving it your all, it's very hard to be successful in this type of field, because everyone is usually very greedy in this field, and it's all about making the most, right? So it's a dog eat dog world in this field, and so you have to be on your tippy toes. Woo! Well, now that we got all that out of the way, we finally get to my new favorite part: how to make money without Bitcoin but still in crypto. I participated in one ICO, and it went pretty well. I could have done better if I would have held a little longer, but it was very interesting to say the least. It was scary, but it was interesting, and I made decent money, and I like it, and I like where this is going. So this is kind of where this video stemmed from, because I started as a forex trader, and then I went on to crypto. I still do forex. That's my main thing, but I like to do crypto as well. I was waiting from just going on the general, oh, I'm trading Bitcoin, I'm trading crypto. I was waiting to, get to the next level or get to the next part in investing and trading in crypto. I finally came across it, and that was buying ICOs or investing in ICOs. Once I finally did it, once I finally educated myself enough, it was a working progress. It took me months. I first got interested into wanting to do an ICO back in June, and I barely invested into one maybe 2-3 months ago. I'm way lost. 2-3 months ago. Yeah, I mean, let's see, June, July, August, September, 4 months. 4 months before I actually got into the ICO thing. Most people would just jump in and buy something because they're so excited. So they heard that a friend made money off investing in an ICO, or maybe they made money off of 3 ICOs, and so they're like, holy crap, I just need to invest in an ICO, and they just go for it and they lose money. This is why most people lose money in general in life, because they do not take the time, they are not patient, they are not in love with the hustle, they're not in love with the long-term game, they're not in love with the grind, they're not in love with becoming better and just going through the hard work of really getting it down, and they go for the fast way and they get burned and they get screwed on the way. So that's one of the biggest things that I always preach, is to always put in the work before you pull the trigger on anything. It's so important to do that. So important. Please, if you take anything from my videos, take the lesson of responsibility and patience. It's a responsibility to yourself to take care of your money and to invest right. And it's very important for you to follow through on that, okay? Only thing with ICOs is that, yes, they are for people who are a little more advanced. Do not go invest in an ICO if you just came across cryptocurrencies about 3-4 months ago. I suggest that even if you've been kind of trading and investing in cryptocurrencies for a year, I still wouldn't recommend it. Why do I only have a year of experience with crypto? Yeah, I do it because I kind of have that trading background. I've been trading foreign exchange currencies for about 2-3 years, and it's just way different. It's a lot different when you kind of already have an idea of how trading works. Buying something, the technical terms. It's really it's like learning another language. So I'm not extremely successful yet. I'm not super profitable, at least not where I'd like to be. It's still very exciting, and it's a work in progress, okay? And it's helped me to kind of come into crypto and kind of hit the floor running and not be just such a complete mess like a lot of people are, or at least like how when I first started trading forex or stocks. So yeah, stocks was like a little short run thing, and stocks were never that interesting to me. I never liked the idea of having to rely on a CEO and how well they're gonna do. No, that's too much. That's too much trust for me. So that's it, guys. We got this awesome list that I just went through on how to make money without buying Bitcoin, still in crypto. All right, Crypto Kitties. I know a lot of you have heard about it. Crypto Kitties. For those of you who haven't heard about it, Crypto Kitties is this new phenomena where you can buy these kitties on the ERC20, I believe, Ethereum blockchain. Yeah, it's this new thing where you can buy a kitten that is kind of like unique, I guess. It's on the blockchain, so yeah, it's unique. It's its own thing, and you can breed it, you can feed it, you can do all kinds of things with it. And one got sold for 118, I think it was like $118,000. Insane amount of money. Yeah, if you can find these little niches of things within crypto, and if you really believe in it and you just kind of stick around and do it as a hobby, mess with it as a hobby, give it maybe a half hour of time. If you really like it, really believe in it, there's a chance you can make money. That's why one of my favorite philosophies is to never leave any rock unturned, because you never know what you're going to find. I've learned that through from reading from so many people in the past, that there's a lot of people who were successful just because they looked. Just at the simple fact that they looked. They took the time, they cared to look, they cared to explore, they cared to pioneer, and hey, success met them at the doorstep. So it's interesting to kind of pick these things. Can't speak today. Pick these things up. And guys, I'm really sorry. I'm really tired. I worked a lot today. Had like a 16-hour day. I'm tired. I've been working a lot lately, but it's gonna pay off. It's been paying off. My life has been amazing the past couple of years. I'm so happy with where it's going. I'm so excited for the future. I'm excited for your guys' future. If you guys are watching my channels, because you're doing something actively for yourself, and that makes me really happy. Okay, so guys, please, if you're gonna start investing, be careful. educate yourself, read, contact me, ask me questions. I will give you the best advice, or if not, if I don't know, I will at least let you know and be honest with you. I will never, ever, ever give you some false advice and try to help you do something I don't know anything about. I can maybe at least lead you in the right direction, maybe to someone who can help you. That is possible. So, guys, until next time, take it easy, be careful, and invest right. And bye.